Hello guys and welcome back, it's your boy Mo from the Gaming Moenarchy, and today we're bringing you the biggest games dropping this February 2026. Some of these are must play, some are returning giants, and one I'm personally more than excited about. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright, kicking off the list with one that's basically guaranteed to ruin your sleep schedule. Nioh 3 drops February 6, 2026 on PS5 and PC. And if you've played the first two, you already know the vibe. Fast, brutal, addictive, and it's the kind of game that'll humble you and make you sit back down and know your place, boy. For those not familiar with the Nioh franchise, it's basically a Souls-like game similar to Sekiro, just a tad bit less brutal. In short, if you're the type of person that likes pain, but the satisfying kind, then you're going to have to try this one. Brought to you by Team Ninja, the same devs from the highly beloved Parts 1 and 2. With Metacritic rating them 88 and 85 respectively, you know Nioh 3 is gonna be insane. And the combat in these games is always the main character. Fast, aggressive, and it rewards you for actually learning the system instead of button mashing. If you missed the first two, don't worry. The vibe is still the same. Demon-infested chaos, crazy weapons, and that one more try addiction. Except you end up burning 3 hours straight without even killing one boss. If that's your cup of tea, then this game is definitely for you. Next up is Tokyo Xtreme Racer, and this one is for the real ones who missed that old school street racing era. This game is all about highway duels. You pick a rival, you race them head to head, and you basically drain their spirit bar. Think of it like a pressure meter. The more you pull away, outdrive them, and keep the pace, the more their spirit drops. And once it hits zero, you win. So every race feels like a pure 1v1 ego battle. This game is not a simulation of the sorts. And if you're not into that kind of racing, this one might not be for you. Tokyo Xtreme Racer is dropping on PS5 Feb 25 and it's built around blasting through the Tokyo Expressway, driving like a hooligan between traffic, plenty of customization options from tuning to body kits, and that Japanese car culture that I know all car fanatics will appreciate. What I like most about this is it's not trying to be Forza, it's trying to be Tokyo. And if you grew up on that Tokyo Drift era, then this one might hit way harder than it should. Next up, we have one for the Mario fanatics out there. The all-new Mario Tennis Fever, dropping Feb 12 on Switch 2, and you already know what time it is. It's Mario Tennis. So it's not realistic tennis, it's chaos tennis. This is the type of game where you say one match before bed, and suddenly you're screaming because somebody hit you with a dirty power shot and stole the win. If you've got friends, siblings, cousins, this is one of those games that becomes a whole event. And the fever part is basically Nintendo leaning into the over-the-top stuff even harder. Faster rallies, more ridiculous abilities, and those moments where the ball is moving at 300 kilometers per hour and you're just praying your character hits it. This is gonna be one of those perfect Switch 2 games where you can play casually for 10 minutes or turn it into a full-on tournament night with the boys and start real beef over a tennis match. And honestly, that's the best part. It's simple to pick up, but it still gets competitive quick, especially when you start timing shots and using the special moves properly. Next up, we've got a big one for the Yakuza fans, Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. I know, weird name, but so is the case with most of their games. This one is dropping February 12, 2026, and if you've ever played Yakuza, you already know what kind of game this is. It's story-driven, but it's also the type of game where you'll get distracted for 2 hours doing some ridiculous side quest or mini-game, and you'll love it. But here's why this one matters. Kiwami isn't just HD textures, it's basically a full remake of the original Yakuza 3. Meaning better visuals, smoother combat, more modern presentation, and it's built to feel closer to the newer games instead of that older step vibe. Plus, you get plenty of new content, hence the Dark Ties name. This is one of those perfect get in and see what the hype is games. And if you're already a fan like myself, then you already know this is basically a must-buy. And for number 3, we have REANIMAL, and if you've ever played Little Nightmares, just know this is basically the same DNA, but darker, meaner, and way more intense. This is made by Tarsier Studios, the original devs behind Little Nightmares 1 and 2. REANIMAL drops February 13, 2026 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Switch 2. And the main hook is you're playing as a brother and sister, trying to survive this hellish island and rescue their missing friends. It's a co-op horror adventure, so you can run it solo, but it's clearly built for that stick-together type of horror. You and your buddy or girlfriend will be constantly engaged in sneaking, puzzle solving, and escaping monsters. And the best part is it doesn't look like one of those horror games that's just loud for no reason. It's more of a slow, uncomfortable psychological horror type of game, where the atmosphere and level design does half the job before anything even touches you. And next up we have Styx Blades of Greed. And if you're a fan of that old school stealth genre, you're playing as Styx again, the goblin assassin. And the whole appeal is basically outsmarting people, not overpowering them. Sneak in, steal what you need, set traps, disappear, and leave everyone confused like what the fuck just happened. This is made by Cyanide Studio, the same devs behind Styx Masters of Shadow and Styx Shards of Darkness. So they know exactly what kind of game they're making. If you're tired of stealth games that turn into action games in about 10 minutes, Styx is usually the opposite. It stays in that sneaky lane, and that's why people love it. And finally, I left the best for last. One of my favorite franchises finally back, bringing us the highly anticipated Resident Evil Requiem. And this time, Leon is not messing about, and he's not alone. First thing you need to know, it's a dual protagonist setup. You're playing as Leon, and you're also playing as a new character, Grace Ashcroft. And that's what makes this one feel different. Because the game is basically giving you two flavors. Grace's side leans more into pure horror and survival, the kind where you're constantly low on resources and everything feels like a bad idea. And then you have Leon, coming in with that more experienced, more aggressive, action-ready energy. And if you've played Resident Evil 7 or Village, you already know how good Resident Evil games have recently been. Resident Evil 7 sits at 86 on Metacritic, so you better know that Capcom aren't messing around with this game. This one has serious potential to be a huge success. And that's it guys, 7 games to look out for in the upcoming month of February 2026. If you enjoyed this list, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Every interaction helps me grow day by day and is greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, and as usual, have an amazing, wonderful night, and peace!